Let's talk about one of my favorite investing strategies called the BRRRR method. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. This is a very popular strategy among investors because it is probably the best possible way to get started and to aggressively acquire properties as fast as possible, because you're not having to have more money every time you purchase a new property. You don't have to have that down payment again, because you're carrying the down payment basically from every property to the next property and growing your properties just using sweat equity. So what that looks like is you buy a property. You're going to need the funds to purchase this, either with your own savings, borrowed money, whatever you creatively come up with to do this. There are some programs out there, like there's a hard money loan program that allows you to do 10% of the ARV. There's some pretty cool programs out there that I'm happy to chat with you about on a separate time. But anyways, you acquire the property. Usually you're going to look for properties that need some work, that need a rehab, that maybe other people are deterred by. I like to say the stinky properties. Most people walk in a property, if it smells like cat urine, they're put off. And I walk in a property that smells like cat urine, and I'm like, woohoo, I can get a good deal on this one. So you walk in, if it smells funny, if it, maybe needs new carpet and paint, and you can just see it's been really worn on, those properties are fantastic for BRRRRs. So you purchase the property and you rehab the property, spruce it up, but obviously the more work you put in, the lower your cost to rehab that property is, the easier this process gets. You rehab it. Once it's all fixed up and beautiful, you can rent it. You're probably going to increase your rents because you've fixed up the property. And then once you've rented it out and you've got a lease to prove the rents you're getting, you now refinance the property. So you purchased it at a much lower price, but you've now built in equity by fixing up the property. It's important to do all these numbers ahead of time and calculate it. There's some great calculators you can use on the Bigger Pockets website, and to calculate what your ARV is, which means after repair value. So what you expect the value of the home to be after you fix it up, to make sure you have that equity built in when you go to refinance it, because most investment refinances will only give you an 80-20 split. So they want you to have 20% equity in it when you pull it out. So you then can pull out all of those funds. If you do it right, you can pull out all the money you put down on the property and into the property to fix it up. You refinance all of those funds back out, and as long as you did the numbers right, it's now renting for more than what all of your costs are monthly. So you're now cash flowing, and you've pulled all of your money back out, and you go and you buy another property and you do it again. That's the repeat part. So if you do it right, you can relatively quickly acquire a lot of properties, and you are not needing funds for each new property. You're using the one set of funds you use the first one for each repetitive property. What's the extra cool part of that is also that you have no skin in the game, we like to say. You have no actual equity in the property other than sweat equity. It's what you put into the property. It's not the funds you put in the property. So, when people say you're highly leveraged, or aren't you worried that, you're spread too thin with all these properties? I'm like, well, what's the real risk if you buy the property, fix it up, and refinance all of your money back out of it? You literally have zero money in the property anymore. You're just collecting the rents and now making money on the property each month. Your risk level is actually considerably lower than somebody who actually puts 20% down, does nothing to the property, rents it out, and has to leave their 20% equity in the property. You're actually able to pull your money back out and keep using it, which is pretty cool. And in my mindset and most investors, that means that you are protected and there's no money to actually be lost. If for some reason you were to lose that property, you have no money in that property. So that's my tip for the day about the BRRRR method investing. If you guys have any other questions about investing, please reach out. Have a great day.